How about in the final moments? I mean, we see them go to a bar, they're on the run, and we see that David is contemplating escaping from a bathroom window, but he ultimately doesn't. And then, he ultimately dies. But this is all sort of theorizing. We don't know what actually happened.
Right.
So talk a little bit about how that was for you. Like, was that freeing, or did you feel like a little untethered because there was nothing to sort of anchor you?
I mean, there are many anchor points, the things that we know occurred. There's footage of David and Andrew at a diner holding hands, and it seems like it's very comfortable footage, but when you look closer, you understand that actually something is very sinister is going on. So that actually, the hand holding actually happened, and so there are many true to life moments throughout it, but of course there is this element of stitching together what has happened in this time.
Yeah.
That this man is murdered in his apartment and he's seemingly involved in the police's mind, and then he ends up dead a few days later. It was freeing for me because the core question for me, for David in this series is, why doesn't he run when he smashes the window? Why doesn't he go? And we really explored that question, myself, Dan, Ryan, Tom, the producers, Brad and Nina. It was a big collaborative effort to think like why, and I don't want to answer too much about it because I think it's really up to the audience to deduce for themselves why David didn't run. But I will say this much, is that there is, throughout House by the Lake, the feeling of David looking back and assessing his life and all of the choices that he's made and all of the hiding that he's done and all of the repression that he's been through. He's looking back to when he came out to his father, and he's looking at his life and his relationship with Andrew and Jeff, and I think he's starting to become aware of the fact that he's spent a great deal of his life in hiding, not being who he truly is. And of course, that's what the series looks at, homophobia in the 90s. And I think that in that moment, David understands that even if he runs from this thing, where is he going to go?
Right.
Where is he going to run? This is with him forever. And so there's one final opportunity for courage. And he has to face this thing down. He has to face Andrew down. And a big part of the beauty of David is his endless compassion. He truly believes that Andrew can be redeemed. But in this moment, it's not about Andrew's redemption, it's about his own. And how will he be able to live with himself if he doesn't face the entirety of what has happened in this one moment and look Andrew in the eyes and figure out how this came to be. And so I think he gains an incredible sense of courage, because it's a moment of, I know I'm going to die, but in the few moments that I have left, I'm really going to live. And I'm going to live truthfully and honestly, and I'm going to face all of the demons. And there's courage in that.